Hi, my name is Rhonda from Mbaka Design, and today I'm going to show you how to do a magic ring. This is also called an adjustable loop, or sometimes even a magic loop. Basically, all it is a different way to start your projects when you're crocheting in the round. So if you're making something, for example, like a hat, this is a different way to start your project that allows you to control the size of the hole at the top of the hat that you would normally have left over when you do a chain 3 to start and slip stitch to the first chain to form a loop, which you would work around to create the basis of your hat. So instead, what I like to do, and it's something that I first saw in making crochet toys, is called the magic loop or adjustable ring. So you basically take your yarn and you wrap it around your fingers where they cross, pinch with your thumb and forefinger, tighten it so it's a little bit smaller, so just pull on the one to make it a little bit smaller. You're going to insert your hook through the loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through. You've chained one. Now for this example, I'm going to single crochet around. So I'm going to work 8 single crochets around the loop. You work over both the loop that you created and this extra thread of yarn here that you have. So you're going to work over both of those, because that tail is what you're going to pull on to make your ring smaller and tight to start. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here we have our 8 stitches, and you have this yarn end. What you do is pinch your last stitch so it doesn't move, and pull on that yarn end snugly, and it will close that hole that you had at the beginning. Now to continue, what I do, I like to work my project with a stitch marker involved instead of slip stitching to join for single crochet. What you're going to do is find your first stitch and look for the V of the stitch at the top, so the front loop and the back loop, work under both. So you're going to work your hook under both of those, and we're going to pretend this is a regular crochet project that we're working rounds. Now I crochet 2 in that first stitch, mark the first one because that's the first stitch of your round, because you will get lost if you don't do that. And now work 2 in each stitch around. So we're going to do 2 in each of these stitches around. In the end of this round you will have 16 stitches. If you're newer to crochet, it's really important that you double check that. Projects that are worked in the round, like hats for example, that are sized to fit, 1 stitch difference can make such a huge difference in size by the time you get to the end of your hat. It really can. And if it's supposed to fit, if you're missing one, the hat could end up being very small, and if you've got an extra 1 or 2, it could be really big. So once you get around, double check to make sure you have your 16 stitches. Oops, there we go. And make sure you count the one with the stitch marker. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we do have our 16 stitches. You can pull that to tighten as many times as you want, and you can close up that hole. Now, that's how you work your first round of the single crochet. What I'm going to do here, instead of continuing on, is I'm going to finish this off actually, because I want to show you how to make that first round not come undone by weaving in my end. So you've pulled your tail to tighten it like so, and you would grab your needle, which I conveniently placed out of reach. Okay, there it is. Sorry. Now take that. What I like to do, you can see where I've pulled it here. This is where it came out, the last bit here, is go under the stem of these stitches all the way around that circle one more time. So just go through all of them till you come back to the beginning. on the underside of the hat, so the wrong side of the project. And this just strengthens that initial ring by going through it one more time. Plus, if it ever did come undone, you have that extra yarn hidden in your project. I always talk about that. I like to have extra yarn just so that I can fix things if things come undone, because children, when they wear hats, they don't wear them like adults wear hats, and they tend to be a little bit more rough on them. Now, I've gone through all the way once. Skip the first one that you just went under, work under the next one back, skip one, work one, skip one, work one, and now go back under the ones you skipped just to hold it in place. This yarn needle's a tiny bit too big for this project. There we go. And that will hold nicely together, and that will remain closed for your magic ring. So I hope that you found this tutorial helpful, and I will be back later with some stitch tutorials. Have a great day.